Hey guys, today is the day I have to make Feed Your Face cream, so I thought I'd bring you along. In this container, I have some sweet almond oil, some butters, and waxes. There's also a little bit of stearic acid in here. Um, so I'm going to zap this slowly until it's all melted because I don't want it to get too hot. Um, and then in this cup, I have a blend of my preservative is in here, and some sea buckthorn, some squalane oil, and some extracts of willow bark, calendula. Um, oh geez, there's a whole bunch of things in there. I'm going to also warm up my liquid here, and this is water and some goat milk kefir. Both of these things will have to be fairly close to the same temperature when they're mixed because of the stearic. Once the liquid is warm, I will add zinc, and I will also add some comfrey root powder. On the container I think it says allotonin, but it is from the comfrey root plant. So it mixes better and dissolves better if the liquid is warm. So I will wait and do that at the end. So I have my waxes and butters all melted down. So I'm going to pour it into a bigger container that's going to allow me to have the room I need to mix it all up. I'll get this all scraped out. I think I'm going to need my spatula. Don't want to waste any of that good oil and butter and stuff. Okay. Now this is my container of the other oils and things that I will add, but let me check I don't want to add it if the melted butter's, when I almost spilled that. I don't want to add it if this is not the right temperature. So it's still a little warm, so I'm just going to mix it around a little while, just a few minutes, and get it cooled down to where it should be before I add those things in. Now my liquid portion will not be as warm. Let me make sure there's no zinc and comfrey root powder settled on the bottom. I've already put those in there. They won't be the same temperature because of the kefir. I just want them to be close to the same temperature. And when I add the other oils and things that are in my little cup here, it's going to cool this down a little bit because those things I do not ever warm. And not just because the preservative is in there, but I just don't like to warm those. I like to add them to the oil, the butter and waxes that have cooled down. So this is almost ready, though, to add it to it. I can tell that it's the temperature of the bowl is cooler. So it's slightly above room temperature at this point. So it's nice, it's cool outside today, so it's a nice day to be inside making face cream. It's a little windy. I did just come in just a little while ago from feeding the animals. The goats know what time of day it is, and so they start to, I can see them from my soap room, and they start to holler when they see me. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get ready to pour this in. And I'll get it all mixed up. My goats, right now we're down to 4 goats. And we did have like 15 last year, but we're downsizing the goats. I'm going to go ahead and get my stick blender in here. And I start the stick blender as soon as I get ready to start the pour because it'll try to set up really fast. But anyway, the goats that I have left, all of my goats have always been named after Gone with the Wind characters. I love Gone with the Wind. 2 years ago, my favorite goat, Scarlet, she was very old, passed away, and her sister Tara passed away. I really think she mourned herself to death. Even though we had other goats, Scarlet was her buddy. And so I lost both of them within a 6-month span. And at that point, I just decided to downsize. I'm getting close to 60. My husband has had some poor health. He doesn't really help me a lot outside with the animals anymore. So it just makes sense to downsize and buy goat milk. So I did tell you I put my preservative in that cup with my other extracts, I think. So I'm going to scrape off my stick blender, and I'm going to try to locate my whisk. I can see it's not over there on my oh Jesus, it's the thing that my stick blender it's Farberware or whatever you want to call it. They're all on this rack that hangs together, and the whisk is not there. So I'm gonna have to look over in my clean dishes. I think that's probably where it is. So let me go grab that. I'll pause you and grab that real quick. And here it is. And I'm gonna whip this. Not a super long time, but until it's, I've gotten to where I eyeball it to where I want it to be. And then I let it rest. And even after it rests, it'll continue to thicken up. And what I do is when I make this, I go ahead and pour off my orders. So I had some orders for the cream that were 4-ounce jars. And so I'll show you the 4-ounce jar when we're done. I think I had one at the beginning of the video. And so I don't fill up a lot of the 4-ounce jars, because when I do that, then I'll have more orders for 2-ounce jars. And if I fill up 2-ounce jars, then I have more orders for 4-ounce jars. And I use those jars for not just this face cream, but I also make another type of face cream, and I make some scrubs and things like that. So I use the same jars for those. So I don't want to. I'd rather have to go buy jars than to have jars sitting around with things that haven't been ordered yet. So that's just how I am. So I have a big container that I'll put the remainder of the face cream in until it's ordered. So let me just look how creamy. I just love it. It does have more of a whipped cream consistency that's a little thicker once it's completely set up. And once I pour this into a jar, I'll let it cool down for several hours before I cap it, so there's no condensation. But anyway, it just feels so good. I always have to try it, and I'm going to rub my hands all over my face because I didn't put any cream on this morning. It just feels so nice. You could really use it for your hands as well as your face and your neck. So I'm going to leave it in this container for, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes or so. And then I'll add it to the container that, I'll let it cool down really well before I add it to the container that I store it in. And if that container is not full, I always make sure to take a piece of saran wrap and layer the top so that no air gets to the cream. It just keeps it fresher. Maybe I shouldn't have to do that, or maybe I don't have to do that, but it is something that I do. So I don't know why I do that, but anyway, I do that. Do you do that? So anyway, like at markets, I was telling you earlier, people try this and they'll say, oh, let me try it. And they'll say, I'll be back. And they always come back and they purchase it. And they'll point and say, I either need this 2-ounce jar or this 4-ounce jar. A lot of times it shows too, I'll even take a little 1-ounce jar. Or a 1/2 ounce. I think that's what it is. It's a 1/2 ounce, not a 1 ounce. Because some people are reluctant. But once they buy it and try it, they always return and get more because it is just so nice. It doesn't leave any sort of greasy residue at all. It's just really, really good. It's great for under makeup because of the fact that it absorbs in. It truly is food for your face, and your face does just eat it up. So I highly recommend you trying it. you won't be sorry if you ever do. You can always go to my Etsy shop and check it out. So I will say that if you're ever interested in more of a tutorial for face cream, I wouldn't use this recipe because, like I said, it's my bestseller, but we could definitely do a more in-depth tutorial. This is more like just showing you, just bringing you along on my making of my face cream. So if you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. And if you wanted to learn more, just leave me a comment in the section below, and we'll go from there. So for now, that's all I have. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you again soon, hopefully. So until then, bye.